at Nakuru RFC, did the transition to be the team manager there for some time, and shifted to Nairobi, where she has been doing some fantastic work at Mamba RFC. Women's in Sport, Ivy Terry with Joyce at Kiambu.
Another segment of Women in Sports here on Scoreline. Today we are moving away from the football pitch and into the rugby pitch. I'll be joined by an amazing lady, a team manager from one of the women rugby teams here in Kenya. I'll let her introduce herself. Karibu sana, Joyce.
Thank you very much. My name is Joyce. I am a sports administrator and a rugby team manager. I currently am one of the team managers at Mamba Rugby Club.
Do you think we have space for women in sports administration and even management?
Yes, we do have space for women in sports administration and management. If you have seen the way sports has grown in the country, we've come a very long way. It has reached a point where we have more women taking up opportunities in administration and in management, as opposed to back in the day where those positions were only reserved for the men. There are so many sports that are incorporating the ladies' side. We've seen rugby, we have a women's side now, we have women's side in football, many other sports, and with that means that so many ladies will also look up to join other positions in the sport, not just as players, but as administrators, as part of the management, as officials and all that. So yes, we do have space for women in sports management.
And how did you find yourself here?
So it's a very long and funny story. I've always been a rugby fan, but I was born into a family of athletes. My parents played sports, and from my young age I was a basketball player. I played basketball from class 7, played basketball in high school, also played volleyball in high school, because when I was in high school, basketball was a term 1 game and volleyball was a term 2 game. So for opportunities to leave the school for fun kids, I played both basketball and volleyball. And then when I joined campus, I was in Egerton University and I was in their basketball team. But when I was there, I was already a rugby fan. I was supporting a team in Nakuru, and some of the players were my friends. We were in campus together, and so we used to go and watch the HSBC Sevens together at the Student Center in Egerton. And those games were usually played at, if you convert the time to Kenyan time, it was at very odd hours, sometimes at 3 a.m., sometimes at 4 a.m. And so one day, we went to watch the game, and a discussion ensued between me and one of the players. And in the middle of the discussion, that player told me that he basically said, I don't know why we're having this discussion and yet you've never played this sport. So that was on a Friday, and on Saturday I went to Nakuru to watch a game, and Nakuru had a ladies' side. So I approached the coach and I told him, this is what I want to do. I've played basketball for X amount of years and I'm thinking of joining rugby. And he was like, okay, we'll train on these days. And on the next training day, I was in the pitch training, and that's how I found myself playing rugby. That was in 2015. But unfortunately, in 2016, I got a very bad injury. I couldn't continue playing the way I wanted to play. So I still love the game, and I tried to look for ways to be part of the game. And that's when I noticed we had a gap, because the ladies team was being managed by a man who was still the men's team manager. And I took an opportunity and I started doing the team manager duties for the ladies side, ensuring the kids are okay, ensuring the ladies have traveled well and all that. And after around 3 months of doing that, the team chairman approached me and asked me if I've ever been interested in being a team manager, and that's how I found myself as a team manager.
Joyce, yes. That's an interesting story you have there.
Thank you.
From a football player to a rugby fan to a rugby player and now to a team manager. Mm-hmm. What are some of the challenges you've encountered along your journey, and have you thought of giving up?
There have been very many challenges over the course of the years, and I have thought of giving up so many times. With like any other sport, there are the good days and there are the bad days. I remember there's a time in a team I was formerly part of. I worked with a coach who I think never really accepted that there can be a female in a TM position. So every time we went for meetings, the coach was always the one to tell me, please go to the kitchen and make sure the tea is ready. So to him, I was just there to serve. But I am grateful because after some time, the technical was changed and we got a new coach who really grew me to the level that I've gotten to. And I'm also grateful for the club I'm in right now, where they push you to your best, to do your best.
How can many women take up leadership roles in male-dominated sports like yourself?
I think it all goes down to your relationship with your team, whichever team you want to manage, whichever team you want to be a part of the administration, and also the union or the federation governing the sport. For example, for myself, I am a team manager at Mamba Rugby. Mamba Rugby has so many opportunities for females to take part in whatever level of the sport you want to take part in. So I think it's just a matter of having a good relationship with your union, with your team, with your federation, and also making sure that you avail yourself for any volunteer opportunities, for any opportunities during tournaments, because it's when you work as a volunteer and it's when you work with your federation that someone will notice you and someone will see the good thing that you do. And when an opportunity comes up, they will contact you first. So I think that is the easiest way to venture into administration and management. Yeah.
How has your team, Mamba Women Rugby, contributed to the growth of women rugby in the country?
So I think it's only fair to start by saying that Mamba ladies are the current Kenya Cup champions for 2 times in a row. We won the inaugural Kenya Cup last year and we won it for a 2nd time this year. And Mamba ladies, if I'm not wrong, is one of the ladies rugby clubs in the country. Mamba Rugby was founded as the first all-black rugby club in Kenya, and after some time they founded a ladies side, so most of the veteran rugby players in the country have come from Mamba or have passed through Mamba. And Mamba has really grown, and over the years we've grown, and we have an age grade program for young children who want to join the sport, but we have also produced so many people who have served the sport, not just as players. We have the current Lionesses team manager is from Mamba Rugby. We have officials, some referees who are from Mamba Rugby. We have medics from Mamba Rugby. We've grown the sport in so many aspects, not just the playing aspect. And I believe that we have also created a space where someone comes into rugby but leaves the club having gained skills that go past just the pitch as a player. Yes.
The Lionesses will be in Tunisia for the Olympic qualifiers from the 14th of this month. What are our chances? Do you think we stand a chance?
I believe we stand a chance, because if you look at the players, the teams we are meeting, some of them we haven't met before, but some we have met time and time again. I believe we're going to meet our favorite rivals, Uganda, the Lady Cranes, and it's going to be a very tough tournament for them. But with the preparation they've put in and the hard work and dedication, I believe that they are going to make it. It's not going to be an easy tournament, because we've been to the Olympics twice, I believe, and now there are other teams that also want to make it to the Olympics. So it's very hard to constantly be number one, because it means whoever is behind you is really working hard to take your position. So I know all the opponents have really prepared for it, but I believe in the Lionesses, they have proven to us time and time again that when called up for the opportunity, they always deliver. So I believe they're also going to deliver. Yes. Lastly, Joyce, I want you to leave a word of advice to young women watching you, women aspiring to join sports like you, women already in sports, going through a few challenges that you've highlighted and they can't speak up. Just leave them a word of advice. My word of advice would be just to use your voice and really speak up, because as a team manager, you are in charge of the welfare of the players that are under your care. So if you see something is happening that is not right, just speak up, make sure you call out whatever is happening, and also don't give up. It's not an easy journey. It has its ups and downs. There are good days when you're winning and all that, but there are also some days when you will ask yourself how you got yourself into this situation. But don't give up. Just think of the reason you're doing it. Think of the joy it brings you and the people around you when you come up. The joy it brings you and the people around you when you deliver something or when you guide someone in something. So think about that and don't give up. And also have a good relationship with, I always insist on having a good relationship with your clubs and federations, because they're the people who are there for you, they're the people who hold your hand, they're the people who guide you on what you're supposed to do. So that's all I can say. Yes.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for coming on Scoreline.
Thank you.
Yeah. We hope to see you